Hello everyone. I wanted to go through the assignments for the course, and each one of these assignments, in addition to being all together, I have them in all the spots where you submit the assignment. First thing that I put up here is the final exam, which may seem kind of unusual. I just wanted to give you an idea of the type of exam it's going to be. Basically, I'm going to give you 3 questions at the 3rd week of the class for you to video and submit on Blackboard for me to access and view. You can actually, if your video is YouTube and everything, you put a link on Blackboard for me to access, that'll be okay as well. Just got to be sure I'll be able to see your answers to the video. I'm not going to read everything to you here. This was just an idea that I came up with that I think would be a way for accountability. It'll tell me whether or not you know the subject well. There is a rubric with this that shows you how you'll be graded. After you've looked at that, the next thing for you to look at is some group assignments. I have 3 group assignments. We're probably going to have some changes to the groups, but I did send out before the class started your groups with the names of your group. This first one is an environmental recycling project, and basically you're going to use Google Sheets to report your collecting cans, bottles, paper, whatever you want to recycle. Now, whether or not you actually recycle the materials or not, I can't measure that, but basically each group is responsible for recycling and putting their data on Google Sheets. And I actually have the calculations made where if you recycle aluminum cans, 100 aluminum cans, that equates to, I believe it's 34 pounds of carbon dioxide not being put into the atmosphere. There's an article that goes with that can help explain the assignment, but I also have the assignment right here. Another assignment is something called biomimicry with an article that goes with it. I co-wrote an article with my wife called Biomimicry in the early grades, and basically the assignment is for you to create a Google Slides presentation as a group. The 3rd group assignment involves a phenomenon in science called serendipitous events. This is another article coming out. It hasn't been published yet, that I co-wrote with a graduate student, I believe somebody in the class, and my wife, called Serendipitous Events in Science. And basically you're going to be writing a lesson plan around the topic of serendipitous event. Moving on, you are going to do some hands-on activities, and basically you'll submit your data on these hands-on activities on Blackboard. In addition, you'll submit data on something called Padlet, which is explained. The other assignment is a media review assignment, and you're to read the article Environmental Empowerment, which goes with it, to give you an idea of the type of media review assignment I'm looking for you to do, and it's environmental. Then another assignment is I have you read a lot of articles in this course, and there's some questions that go with the articles. Basically, you answer the questions. If you look at the calendar, Now you don't submit each one separately. Basically, I want your answers to all the questions to come in as one file on Blackboard. Another assignment that you're responsible for involves creating your own project-based learning assignment. We're going to do a number of problem and project-based assignments to get you ready for this assignment. In addition, there's another type assignment which relates to something called quality control. Basically, you do test and measurement. And if you read the article by Sumrall and Schillinger, it'll explain what quality control is. Also, I have accompanying videos for a number of these assignments that you would submit. Another assignment involves an article called Trash to Treasure and Problem Solving with Patents. Then there is just an individual assignment for patents, where you look up patents and investigate the science behind the patents. I have a timeline assignment. This is one of my favorite assignments, that you basically create a timeline around something from the past, or perhaps it's still around today, but we've had a number of students investigate, for example, the history of bicycles. There's just a number of things that you can take an interest in to investigate the science and the changes over time. The Trash to Treasure article explains what I'm looking for with that assignment. I also want you to do some research and report on some NSTA journals like Science and Children's, Science Scope, around the topic of STS, Science Technology Society. The last assignment that I have here is something called a Voki or Woki animation, where you create an animated person, and the assignment is asking you to create a person of the past, a scientist of the past, and there's certain criteria that this scientist has to review in their presentation that you've created. And I've got probably 30 different scientists that you can choose from. Here's instructions on how to create a presentation in Voki. I do have a little bit for extra credit. We have a website called STEAMS Ahead if you want to submit an activity for that. And the last thing on here is for doctoral students and extra credit possibilities. That's a very, very quick overview of all the assignments in the class. If you have any questions, I have set up, I believe, 3 different Zoom dates as far as doing what's called like a teleconference, where we can get clarification on assignments. Basically, you need to follow the calendar. You can work ahead, doesn't bother me, but if you stay on the calendar, you'll certainly not get behind in the course. Basically, the course is constructed around video, PowerPoint presentations, course readings, and then the assignments themselves. And it's all focused around STS, STEM, project-based learning, and those sorts of things. Thank you.